Hi, folks. Welcome to Authority Fusion Live, where we have cocktails and conversations. That's what this is all about. And we want to make sure that we, have fun and have conversations with ourselves, with some really interesting people. And I only like hanging out with interesting people. As a matter of fact, today's most interesting person, I have a bio. It was 2 pages when she sent it to me, so I had to cut it down a little bit. But I'll give you the summary if that's okay. She's laughing. She can hear. Okay. All right. This lady is the president and CEO of Leading the Wise Way, a consulting firm that specializes in strategy and change management. Who likes to change anyway? She's a Vistage Chair and CEO coach, a global executive, and has been president of seven multinational companies in 6 different countries. She's an expert in business turnarounds, coaches currently 43 CEOs, companies ranging from $1 million to $750 million. Keynote speaker at international events such as Pan-European Sama Conference, International Students Conference in Sweden, Women in Nuclear Conference, like that's a thing, Chief Sales Executive Conference. Her expertise is in business turnarounds and post-acquisition integration led to presidential roles in Canada, Sweden, Switzerland, USA, England, and Eastern Europe. She could run the world. She's held global positions with P&L responsibility for up to $500 million. So it's my great honor to introduce to you Lorraine Wiseman. Lorraine, how are you today?
Fantastic. Thanks, Doug.
Man, I wouldn't know where to start with all this. You're like, the biggest thing that comes to mind when I was helping you out talking about your book and stuff was like, you were in the nuclear industry. You're not like Homer Simpson though. You're like
No.
the Smithers guy, right?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not Homer Simpson. I'm an accountant. I am an accountant.
You're more than
Can
that.
you imagine that?
You're more
in
than
the
that.
nuclear industry. And from there, magic happened.
Yeah.
Not about the numbers, but about turnarounds.
And that's what really impressed me the more I got to know you is like most of the people who have that designation CPA, they're very numbers oriented, left brain, binary stuff. And the few conversations we've had, I'm like, whoa, you're like perfectly balanced left and right brain. You can like analyze numbers, but know that there's always a person behind it. You've all these companies you've turned around and $1 billion here there. What was the one company that you had the most fun with?
Oh my gosh. The most fun, honestly,
the most fun, yeah.
The most fun was the company in Sweden. The Swedish people are amazing.
Yeah.
The culture there is just unbelievable. They embrace change.
Yeah.
They truly want you to become a part of the community. And I've shared with you, Doug. People, process, and money is my thing. That's my kind of recipe.
Yeah.
And people in Sweden are real. They're real people. So
Well, you don't get that in LA? Come on, there's real people in LA, I'm sure, right? Come on, they're real.
So how much do you make? Do you get paid?
My friends in LA are like laughing at me now.
Not the Swedish way.
Yeah,
The
right.
Swedish way was so not about material well-being or material goods. They really just wanted to succeed, and they wanted to do right by the company that was employing them. And I just, for me going there, the greatest thing was the fact that they wanted me there. And they wanted to succeed. They just didn't know how to go about it.
Yeah.
And so that was my favorite. Helping people that wanted to be helped. That's always an incredible opportunity for a leader.
That begs the question, Lorraine. It sounds like sometimes you're helping people they don't want to be helped.
Amen. Right. Yes. Some people don't know that they need to be helped and don't want to be on the list. And definitely there have been times in my life where I've shown up and people kind of go, she's here. She's here.
The hatchet woman. She's going to fire some people, right?
They kind of know I'm coming. They kind of know who I am. They kind of know my history. And then they kind of go, what is she doing here? So there are situations where people don't like change. Well, and I would say that's human nature. People don't necessarily like change or embrace change. And in today's society, as you and I know, change is happening whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
And in my career, I've had to create catalysts for change.
Mm-hmm.
And today, the catalyst has been created for us. So, that's where it was challenging, where people thought they had it. They thought they had the recipe for success. They thought they were in the know, and at the end of the day, their in the know was not profitable. So the companies that retained them, that sent them their paycheck, that led them, looked back and said, hey, wait a minute, this way's not working anymore, and we kind of need a new way. So if they don't like change, they may not like me. So that might be a problem.
Okay. And you're a chairperson with Vistage, and you said you're working with 43 CEOs, right?
Yeah, I have a number of different CEOs. I've got two groups. I've got two CEO groups, one in Columbia and one in Augusta.
Yeah.
And I just love the CEOs that I work with. I mean, the difference with Vistage and the difference with what I'm doing now versus what I was doing in my business turnaround life is that I get to choose who I work with, and they get to choose me. So it's a mutual relationship, which is very different from those that I was imposed upon.
Right.
And so even through this time of real challenge right now with businesses and working with those CEOs, they're embracing the opportunity for change. Some in the immediate reaction were shocked. We all go through that, right? I mean, I'm sure you, Doug, yourself, 3 weeks ago when I watched your Facebook and you're climbing out wherever you are trying to find a piece of nature in the middle of sheltering in place, you're looking for an opportunity to just kind of reach out there. And I'm really proud of the people that I've been working with, and very respectful of them because they've been embracing this change. And they're sitting back going, 2 weeks ago we were talking about PPP, and we're talking about SBA loans, and we're talking about how do we keep people on the payroll, how do we stay funded, and now we're talking about how do we emerge? How do we embrace this opportunity to change? How do we emerge stronger, more whole, and the market's been disrupted for us. Yeah. So how do we capitalize? How do we emerge stronger than we were before this whole incident, this event, life event happened to us?
Yeah.
Let's take it and let's control it. Let's manage it. So I'm happy with them.
Yeah. And I'm finding different types of personalities starting to really show themselves. Some people I talk to are like, hunkering down. I can't do anything right now. I'm like, really? Now's the perfect time. You're home. Write a book. But the other people are like, yeah, now's the time to take advantage of the situation. Not take advantage of people, but take advantage of the time or the framework of what's going on to do something maybe long-term versus trying to do short-term stuff. I don't know. I saw one person post something on social media a couple weeks ago. It was the craziest statement. They said, other than marketing, what else are you cutting back on? I'm like, I'm going to follow this person, right? I'm like, no, I spent more money on marketing now because people need help. There's like, I want to do this diagram. I'll probably do it for a blog next week, but it's, we talk about flattening the curve, right? There's this rising curve of coronavirus. Talk about flatten the curve so we can all be healthy. There's also a rising curve of uncertainty, fear, and a lack of leadership. Mm-hmm. And my advice to people is you need to flatten the curve of your clients because they're uncertain of what to do. If you're a real leader, you stand out and say, okay, be a leader. So you just said, to do things how to do things. Do you have some specific ideas people can do to not just embrace it, but to make a difference with it?
So Doug, the first thing I would say to you is, I talk about people, process, and money, but it all starts with leadership. It really starts with the person that's in charge, okay? People model the behavior of the people they follow,
right?
Okay? Right. So they're watching. If you're having a crisis moment, your entire team, your entire following is having a crisis moment. Mm-hmm. If you're having a calm, okay, we got this moment, and let's figure out together how we got this, and let's be strong, and let's face this, your team are saying, okay, let's be calm, Let's figure out what to do, and let's figure out how to face this moment.
Right.
And so my first piece and my first recipe is around leadership. It really is right now, leaders are defined not what they do in the best of times. Anybody can be a leader in the great times.
Right.
The best of leaders, the greatest of leaders, those that we remember throughout history are the ones that do great things in challenging times.
Yeah.
And now's the time to lean in, lean forward, step up, get your big girl pants on, as I like to say, and just go do it. Go be the leader you need to be today for the people that follow you. And then once you've got the respect, and hopefully you've got that respect and you earned that along the way, but people, process, and money, people are first.
Mm-hmm.
People are first. You can think of any process, you can think about whatever financial strategy, PPP or disaster recovery. You can think about any of that stuff, but if you don't have your people behind you today, that is going to be your biggest challenge. So my 2 cents worth is take care of your people first. And if you're at the top, your direct leadership team right now needs you.
Yeah.
They need you to lean in. You might be doing skip level communications. You might be communicating to the whole organization, but those people right next to you in the line of fire need to know you've got them. And they need to know you're there with them. Process, there's tremendous amounts of process, and I would lean into people like Patrick Lencioni. He's got some great information on his website. I follow him avidly. Jim Collins is doing some great work right now around the business, and even the EOS implementers around the country, entrepreneurial operating system. Gino, he's done a great job on process. So and basically, one of my former leaders in my life who used to say to me, Lorraine, Wiseman, it's step money right. We got to shift money right now. So everything you did monthly, you do weekly. Everything you do weekly, you do daily. Everything you do daily, you do hourly. As you go through this to over communicate. That's kind of the process. And in Patrick Lencioni's words, it's around creating that rallying cry. Be sure that we're all focused on one thing. What's the one most important thing? What's the one most important thing that we're doing right now? And when it comes to money, I mean, cash is king.
Yeah.
Right? Cash is king. And I don't know what else to say, Doug, but I mean, I can give you 1,000 different financial models, but I'm telling you, cash is king. And do whatever you do and whatever metrics you have, make sure your cash flow is at the top of the list and you protect it right now.
Yeah. What about companies that, there's some companies are being hit hard. Some are thriving from what I'm reading out there. Some guys are doing great, right? But there's a bunch of people they're a lot like deer in the headlights. Like, well, I'm still, the doors are open. My employees are still working, but there's still this underlying fear of the unknown. So other than the rah-rah stuff, is there any tangible things you would tell a person like that?
Be transparent. Okay, great leaders are transparent. Your employees know what's going on.
Yeah.
Whether you think they know what's going on or you don't think that they know, they know. They are intelligent human beings and they feel your pain. And, if you're in that really difficult place, the restaurants, I have several clients who are restaurants. I've got several clients who are business to the customer, to the consumer, retail space. And my encouragement to them is, okay, you've just laid off your entire staff.
Yeah.
You've just closed your doors. And you want to retain those people because those people are really important to you when you come back. And my message to them is be transparent. Tell them exactly what's going on in your business. Because when you're not transparent, the thing is people will fill in the blanks. They'll make their own assumptions. They will infer from something that's not said. The tone of your voice, and maybe the way you sat in your chair. They'll infer from body language, tone. They will fill in the blanks. So just tell them. And the thing is, they will help you. They will help you, and you don't need to go it alone. They're in it with you because they love what you do, and the more real you are with them now, I mean, the more loyal they're going to be to you tomorrow. But be real. Just be transparent. They get it.
Yeah. I think it's also interesting that crisis, Chinese symbol means opportunity, danger plus opportunity, and when I think about like our famous presidential leaders, right? Abraham Lincoln, Roosevelt, these guys all had something major going on, but nobody really remembers Calvin Coolidge. I mean, Roaring Twenties, nobody cares, so everything is pretty hunky dory. So when I think about what's going to happen a few years from now, when you do stand your ground, rise up, communicate, be authentic, all that, and transparent, you can create a legacy from this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Doug. Those are the people that are going to be remembered. I'm not a political person.
Now, we're going to get into that in a minute. It's okay.
I'm agnostic when it comes to political parties. Right. I choose not to side. I choose to side with intelligence and opportunity and common sense if I can.
Well, I don't know how current that is, but okay.
I would say to you, I spent a little bit of time listening to the governor of New York over the past couple of days. Man, that guy's got it together. I mean, he's just so laid back. He's so down to earth. He's telling it how it is.
Yeah.
History will remember.
Right.
History will remember who chose to take the high road and actually tell them how it is.
Yeah.
Forget the campaign. Forget all that stuff. And leaders are the same. Leaders in business, in life, families, whatever, in community, they're all the same. Those that choose to take what I call the moral high road and can look themselves in the mirror in the morning and know they did the right thing for the people that are following them, they will be remembered in history.
Yeah.
And those that chose to abuse the platform in a time of crisis, they may be powerful leaders because you know, and I know, and you and I have talked about this several times over the past year. That what are leaders? Who are leaders? Right? Leaders are people who have followers.
Yes.
That's the one thing
pretty much
all leaders have in common.
Right.
Whether you are a leader for good,
right,
or a leader not for good. And, but we as individuals choose to follow.
Right.
That's our choice. And, I think history's going to go down and history's going to remember people in a different way. And this is a day that we're all going to mark in time. We're all, as this year, 2020, we're going to sit back and say, 2020, wow, do you remember when?
Right.
And do you remember who was there? And do you remember how this person came into your life? And do you remember what that individual, the individual out of the goodness of their hearts, delivering masks, groceries, gloves, whatever it needs to be, somebody's home who can't get out?
Right.
People remember that, right?
I told all my kids to start journaling because their kids and grandkids are going to hear about the great pandemic of 2020, right? So it's
absolutely. I've got a client that I will not share his name, but I just love what he's doing, and I want to share what he's doing with people. Yeah. I mean, this guy is incredible, right? So he's got a company where probably I'd say 40% of the people cannot work from home. So and there is an essential service. Okay. So the people have to come in. There's just no choice. So what he's done, he realized that one of the greatest concerns of his people was how to get toilet paper. This whole toilet paper surge. Right? So he's like, okay, so I need to get toilet paper off the minds of the essential people that are moving this, who are going to help us through this catastrophic situation. So he's able to buy it,
by the pallet,
by bulk. He can buy it by bulk. So he has toilet paper Thursdays, and he creates this tower of toilet paper in his front lobby. And he says, Lorraine, it's the most refreshing and encouraging and satisfying experience to watch these people walking 6 feet apart, go into their cubicles with their essential roll of toilet paper, because we were able to take that that worry. That worry, and I don't know why it's a worry. I haven't figured that out yet. Even an economist in my head still hasn't figured that out. But people are worried. So you know what? If you can alleviate that one worry so that they can refocus, and the refocus is important, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about self-care and how to get people out,
right.
You've got to get them refocused. You've got to get them focusing top of mind and start working,
right.
And get out of that emotional.
Right. Yeah, they get blocked by the crap on TV and whatnot. On the toilet paper thing, I'm wondering. I don't think that can be listed as an employee benefit, though. It's probably just out of the goodness of his heart, right? It's not payroll. It's not a health benefit. It's not an IRA. It's not a 401k. It's paper, man. I don't know how he's going to pull it off.
Hopefully the government does not find a way to tax toilet paper as a benefit. But definitely this gentleman is doing the right thing by his people.
Yeah.
And he's trying to lighten it.
Yeah.
He's trying to find the fun in it and lighten the nerves.
Right.
Because people have to come in. And he's fulfilling a need.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Whether it's psychological or actually a physical need, he's fulfilling a need, and he's just found a way.
Yeah.
And that's it, Doug. Find a way.
The wise way.
The wise way.
Yes. So we're both pretty agnostic, but we're still observing what's going on. So I'm curious if anybody of all your CEOs has talked about the PPP thing and the loan program, because I've been following it. I started my application myself, and all the funds ran out yesterday. And I read today that they all went to the bigger companies, it looks like.
Well, I don't know that it went to bigger companies because I cannot say that.
Okay.
I honestly.
How about your people? You get the pulse on these mid-cap companies. So
and the majority of my clients are all mid to small businesses. Okay, so I cannot say it went to big companies. I can't say that.
Okay, well tell me what your feedback you got. Yeah, what they do.
So what I can say is, out of all my clients, 2 are still waiting.
Mm-hmm.
They got the notification yesterday morning, like I think it was like 11:20 or something like that, where. Funds just ran out 10 minutes ago. You were in the queue, and it will take an act of Congress in order to get more funds.
Right.
But I would say to you, the majority of my members are praising the fact that they applied on a Friday, got their notification on Monday that they were in queue. By Tuesday, got the loan approval, and by Friday, the majority of them had money in the bank. So I can't jump on that bandwagon.
Okay, that's why I asked.
Bandwagon for a couple, but it's not a political. To me, it was a function of the individual banks. So I had clients who had banked with certain banks for decades.
Yeah.
Decades, because the banks are the lenders, not the SBA.
Right.
The banks and the banks have a tough decision to make because they're cash flowing this thing.
Yeah.
The government might be saying we're putting this much money, but the banks are cash flowing this thing out of their reserves, right?
Right. Reserves.
So,
I don't think they have any.
So now the banks have to decide. It's not the SBA or the government decide. It's the banks deciding whose loan gets processed. So they're having to go back and say, okay, do we take new customers? Do we protect the core, as I say, protect the core and service existing customers? Where are our customers on the list?
Yeah.
And they're actually having to differentiate between their own customers to decide who goes first.
Yeah.
So I do not want to be, just put my hand in the air, I would not want to be that person deciding who gets the loan and who doesn't, who might get processed and who might not. And I had people that on Monday the bank saying, you're on my list, you're on my list, you're on my list, you're on my list. The loan opened on Friday, the process opened on Friday, the 3rd. Second, 6 o'clock in the evening, they get an email saying, you're off my list. Not nice. And that was not the government, FYI.
Right.
That was the banking industry. And I don't fault them because they are within their own
business,
funding restrictions, and they have to decide which customer. Yeah, I mean, imagine, Doug, sitting back with your whiteboard and saying, which of your clients is most important to you now? And okay, you better put me up in the right
Of
corner.
course you are. I'm
Just
talking to you
just
first.
get important, right? So
Yeah.
all I'm saying is I would not want to be that person having to qualify every one of my customers
Right.
to say who gets it, who doesn't, who can I process and who can't I, and how do I let them know, and who do I refer them to? You know, what an awful
It's
decision.
like Sophie's choice for a banker, man. It's tough, you know.
Yeah.
Take my baby boy.
Yeah, I don't blame the government and I don't blame the banks. This is just one of those situations where crisis created chaos. But those that went through the process said, Lorraine, where's the catch? Where's the catch?
Yeah.
Those people that actually have money in their bank accounts are sitting and saying, I'm waiting for the ball to drop.
Yeah.
Like where's this gonna, what's gonna happen?
Right.
Is this real? I'm saying, well, they had a choice. Make it easy and not go through and put the qualification on the banks, or make it difficult and hire a whole new layer of government to qualify people.
Yeah. Right.
They made it easy, and thank God they made it easy. I mean, so I can't fault either party. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But there is a finite amount of money. I'm just really hoping the government will step in and step up.
Second round would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Just put that second round. Let those people that got in on Monday instead of Friday.
Right.
Instead of April 3rd, they got in on the Monday. Let them tick the box. And can I add one more thing?
Yeah.
The one thing I struggle with, and I put out to all my people, and I'll put it out to your people right now, is asking yourself the question. This is where the mirror effect for me is really important, right? So, are you taking a cash grab because the government's giving out cash?
Yep.
Or do you need it? And if you really need it, have at it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Have at it. Go apply and do what you need to do to get the money. But if you're a millionaire, multi-millionaire that has just laid off 50 people because you don't want to pay them and you want to apply for a loan and get the government to pay them, look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Because I'm watching clients shutting down businesses. I'm watching those that are just collapsing under this coronavirus impact and whatever situation may have come up, whether it's coronavirus or whether it was some other issue, looking and saying, they're collapsing under it. So who should get the money? I know there's no real qualification process in this whole thing other than your payroll and justifying your numbers.
Yeah.
You are the justification process. Do you need it? Do you need it? And if you don't need it, let somebody who needs it have it.
Yeah.
Because you've taken their place.
Right.
And that's the hard part for me. And I am coaching folks through that. We're asking that hard question. Do you really need this? Because you look like you're in really good shape right now. Your revenues have doubled, your profits have tripled through this whole process. Do you really need it? Yeah.
What are you going to do with it? You can actually hire more people or keep me? Yeah. Right. Let's put it in your pocket. Very good. So what's the one thing from all your CEOs you're working with that somebody did recently with this whole thing that surprised, impressed you, or people to learn from?
Gosh, that's a tough one because they're all doing such amazing things right now. Such amazing things. They're reaching out. They're taking care of people's health. They're taking care of people's well-being. I'd have to say it was an individual owner who reached out and guaranteed, no matter PPP or not, guaranteed his employees place in the organization, started working with them on whiteboard examples.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to, leaving it to them, pulling them in from all levels of the organization,
Right.
and saying, how are we going to emerge stronger? How are we going to come out of this whole and better off than we were before?
Nice.
What have we learned? So when leaders embrace it, and they say, I can't, so the conversation goes, what can you control?
Yeah.
What's in your control? And what's not in your control? And if it's not in your control, do you have a sphere of influence that you're able to influence the outcome?
Right.
And if there's no influence and there's no control, let's go back over here to what we can control.
Yeah.
Right? So let's spend some time, and you're not in it alone. You've got a whole conversation and a whole company, and the great ones, the ones that I admire the most that are coming through this opportunity, not just a devastation, but a great opportunity. I would say to them, they are the ones that are embracing their people.
Mm-hmm.
They are saying, if you're not working in the field, you're not working on the project here, you're not working over here, you're going to be working on this virtual whiteboard, and we're going to figure out what we're not doing that we can be doing. And they're finding talent where they didn't know they had it.
This is one of your skills too, I gotta say. You've done that plenty of times.
They're finding the people. They're finding the real talent. So if I could leave one message with people is don't label, avoid and resist at all costs labeling people by what their job is. There's so much underneath. There's so many untapped talents that people have that they can bring to you today. I had one example where somebody was an extreme introvert, and this person was amazing in crisis management.
Yeah.
And this person stepped in, and this person that nobody even realized existed in the organization is all of a sudden the superstar. The superstar. Right? The cap is on them. And this person is taking control and leading and doing her thing. I say her thing intentionally, but her thing. She's doing her thing. And she's just amazing. But nobody saw it because she was a great specialist, a great subject matter expert, a great individual contributor.
Right.
That would have been just fine being left alone.
See,
but nobody knew she was amazing.
Yeah,
in time of crisis.
I've always learned that one of the key strengths of leaders is creating other leaders. That's if you can't do that, you're just it's a monologue. It's not a dialogue, right? So if you can actually encourage, empower, and really develop leadership, not just the suggestion card in the box, but like actually let them doing something. People remember that a lot longer than a raise. We've talked about that before too, right?
Yeah, they do. And decades from now, people will remember, and they will still be with the organization that led them.
Yeah, right.
And the leaders that led them through this terrible, challenging time.
Right.
They will remember those leaders. And I always encourage, now is the time to step in, lean in, man up, do what you got to do. But this is your time as a leader, and people are watching. People are watching and listening and hearing every single decision you make. And just imagine every decision on the front page, because it's on the front page.
Yeah, nowadays everything has nothing to hide nowadays, right?
You can't hide from it, and people will remember you. You see on LinkedIn, I don't know if you're a LinkedIn fan, but I am.
Yeah.
So I'm on LinkedIn looking at the accolades that employees are giving to their leaders. So when you go in there and you see some of the great companies, you see people at all levels of the organization leaving accolades for their leaders.
Nice.
And saying, thank you. Thank you for this, or thank you for trusting in us, or thank you for taking care of us. And I say to my leaders, you need to reciprocate. Not on LinkedIn. You need to go to your people and say thank you for showing up. Thank you. Help them to understand what an essential service is. There's a lot of folks out there that are an essential service that are where people are working and the people don't understand it. The people in the field just don't understand why they're essential. My friends are at home. You're putting me at risk. Why am I here? I'm not at home. What's going on? So I'm encouraging leaders to lean in, number one, and say thank you for showing up every day and putting yourself in this place. And let me help you to understand why you're essential. Here are the customers, here are the end users that are depending on us, on you to get it done. And really being heartfelt around that, and really go back and be sure you're being true to your people and tell them why they're there. They will get it. They just don't, they need to hear it.
Right.
They need to understand why are we here and why are we essential and what is the connection in the big picture. If you think about the guy building a commercial construction site on a commercial building a retail space, right? He's hammering, he's doing his thing, and he's going, why am I loading, gyprock in here and putting it up? What the heck is this around essential? Everything's closed. So make it real for those people that are on the front lines doing the job, and help them to understand their connection to the bigger picture. As a leader, that's a very important thing right now. Lean into your people.
Lean in and lead.
Lean in and lead. Take it. Own the lead. Own it. Own the lead. Because people are watching and people need you to lean in.
Outstanding. Lorraine, thank you so much. You've got like some top-rated Udemy courses, or Udemy, however you pronounce it. So do you have a link or something I could put in the comments here below, but you can say it right now and then we'll post it later?
Thank you very much, Doug. You can go to my website, Lorraine, leadingthewiseway.com.
Okay.
Leadingthewiseway.com. All of the links to my 8 courses on Udemy, and some of them, 5 of them are on Udemy for Business. You're welcome to go there. Right now, I'm trending just over 40,000 students, which has been incredible. The courses are in the top 10, and really appreciate those that are sending me personal notes and asking personal questions as they're going through their learning journey right now. So they're available on my website, leadingthewiseway.com, or Udemy, or Udemy for Business for those who have subscribed to Udemy for Business. Looking to put out a few more in the near future.
That's right.
8 that are there right now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for leaning in. And absolutely, there's more there. And there's more there on how you, as a leader, can lean in.
That's right. And then there'll be a new book coming out, I understand, too. So we'll save that conversation for next time. Next month, we'll have another one, okay?
Sounds great.
All right.
Sounds good. Look forward to it.
Okay, thank you so much. Great talking to you today.
Thanks.
Okay, you bet. Bye-bye.
Bye.